Get loud and make it sound. Don't punish
Wow.
me with brutality.
Hello, hello. Oh, wow. Assalamu alaikum. Do you hear me? Good morning. Peace be upon all of you. I'm so happy to be here. And honestly, I was worried. Yesterday I emailed Dr. Herrick. I said, the lecture will be at 8 o'clock. Are you serious? I came all the way from Middle East to here to speak to the birds. So my son Ibrahim, he told me he studied here in the US in the Northeastern University. He said, Mama, don't worry, it will be full with the people. So you surprised me. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be with you here in this great gathering. Thank you for inviting me. And congratulations on your 60th anniversary of the National Collegiate Honors Council annual conference. Congratulations. So when I got the invitation, I was very, very happy because many things, or because main two issues. Because my deep belief in the power of science and knowledge, and in essential role of universities in shaping awareness, confronting injustice, and building free and flourishing societies. I came today to you, as you know, as a Yemeni woman from far from global south. My journey began as an educated woman, and put many lines under the word of educated woman. An educated woman, a journalist, a human rights activist that dream for her country to be free from corruption, from tyranny, from failure, from injustice. I decided to be brave and to participate on creating solution on all the problems of the dictator. I decided to lead the street, to be in the front line alone. I called a lot of people to be with me in this journey in the beginning. A lot of people in Yemen, parties, NGOs, syndicates, journalists, all of them were, having the same problem with the dictator, but they didn't choose the courageous way to confront him. For me, since 2006 until 2011, working in my organization, Women Journalists Without Chains, and working as a journalist, called the dictator to do reforms, to stop his and his regime attacks of the human rights, to stop his corruption, to stop his using terrorism, etc., etc. But in all that journey, it was calling the dictator to do that, calling the system to reform. Many sit-ins and many demonstrations every week, every Tuesday in front of the cabinet I organized, with determination and with the belief that one day either the dictator will respond and will make some reforms, or Yemeni people will help me on making the next step, which was very, very clear to me, very clear, that he should step down from the power. So I called people, I called parties, NGOs, many partners to be in this journey, to stand up to dictator. That was a very dangerous way, very dangerous. And no one listened to me, except some of the victims and some of the brave activists. But one day, I decided to change my method. One day, I decided, no, I have to do something else. Why should I call parties? Why should I call NGOs? Why should I call those people who just believe that, okay, we have to work from within the regime, while the regime doesn't respond, doesn't make any step of reforms? There is something else. I will continue the sit-ins and demonstration in the Freedom of Square in front of cabinet every Tuesday. And when we finish, I will go to the gate of Sana'a University, calling the students to wake up. And that is exactly what happened. Every Tuesday, I did sit-ins in front of the cabinet. And when I returned to my house, going to in front of the gate of Sana'a University, calling, first tell them, wake up, Sana'a University student, wake up, your right is gone, and the right of Yemen is gone. The dictator is steal it. He's stolen our right. Wake up, wake up. They listen to me. And they respond with a great peaceful revolution against the dictator. So in the universities, I saw the most beautiful thing. Brave young women and men who dare to dream, who choose to sacrifice, and who believed in their mission and in their destiny, which is victory. This is what I saw. I've seen at the same time a great professors who also dare to dream and dare to confront all the injustice came from the dictator and dare to protect their students. So I witnessed this great students and great professors from Sana'a University and from Taiz University and from every university in Yemen that led the peaceful revolution against the dictator. And without students, believe me, we will not be able to force him to step down the power. So great, very, a lot of greeting to every student around the world, every student in Yemen who stand up to dictator, who choose to fight for justice, who choose to fight for freedom, who choose to fight for democracy. And here, because of that, they fear universities. Because of that, they fear students and professors. Who are they? The dictators, the fascism, the greed companies. They fear universities. Why? Why they fear the universities? Because they want to control the narrative. They want to be the only one who produce the narrative and convey the narrative. And because of that, we see a lot of attack against universities. A lot of attack. In the non-democratic countries and in democratic countries like what we see now in the US and in Europe. So there is a lot of tools to attack universities they use it, whether they are authoritarian regimes or democratic regimes. Monitoring the universities, monitoring the researchers, monitoring the students and professors, making a lot of laws preventing the academic rights, the students' rights, putting ايش يعني مخابرات ابراهيم؟ intelligence agencies inside the universities, forcing universities to register certain students and abandon certain students. And I know most of you know what is the way that dictatorial regimes, that tyranny regimes or people or presidents put in your face as academic people. But the most dangerous thing that now that academic freedom is facing is the new narrative, new dangerous narrative that attack the university as an institution, as an idea, and also as an outcomes. They attack it by telling people, you don't need to go to university. University is unnecessary. Look to that billionaire. They dropped off from the universities. You don't go, just work hard. This kind of narrative, it is not innocent. This kind of narrative came to destroy the belief of people of knowledge and science. They spread this narrative because they don't want people to go to universities. They don't want people to listen to new ideas. They don't want people to gather. They are against the idea of right of assembly, and the university is the most important place that people use the right of assembly. Dictators fear universities because they fear the idea. They fear the question. They are afraid from a student who question more than a soldier who carry bullets or tanks. They're really afraid from the awareness that universities produce every day, the doubt, the knowledge. And when a student just started to think, question, one day this student will be able to hold this government or that government accountable. So they are against really universities because they want subjects, not civilians. They want students to obey, professors to obey, not to question, not to research. Believe me, this is a direct campaign against knowledge, against universities. They know very much that from universities, a great peaceful revolution pushed for freedom, for democracy, and for human rights. Student movement against apartheid. Students movement in Arab Springs. Students even here in America, in Russia, in Britain, in everywhere. And as I said in Arab Spring, and the student movement today in the United States and in Europe who are against genocide that happened in Gaza. So the dictators really, yeah, against the academic rights and the students' rights, because with this knowledge, that means it will produce free societies. Free societies came from free universities. Because of that, they made all the obstacles in front of the universities. Let's talk about extremists and fascism. Why they afraid universities and why they attack universities and why they spread that. This is their speech. This is their rhetoric. Don't go to universities. No, it's better to you, and other people will be in Buluyui with you in your company or in your institution. You don't need knowledge. It's enough to have to study through homeschooling or to abandon the any kind of the of studying in institutions like universities. Do you know why? Because fascism grow in the dark and in the closed environment, nurtured and fed by hatred, by exclusion, by division. And universities is something else. Universities is an open society that embrace diversity, dialogue, gathering, accepting. So those extremists and fascists know very much that any student that will have a good study or a good opportunity to study in an open university, he will not be recruited by them. They spread saying that university is killing the values, is attacking the values, while is the opposite. Yes, it is attacking the values of fanaticism. Because of that, they attack it everywhere, and they make that spread that narrative. The third thing, which is the greedy companies and corporations. Those corporations doesn't want citizens, they want customers. Those corporations that deal with knowledge as a product and with the human as a number. They attack high education because they want students to take their knowledge from influencers, not from professor or from a book. They want to control the minds and then lead it to their purposes of profit. So they gain more profit with lack of awareness and lack of knowledge. So I'm here to highlight on that the higher education, not just in our countries that suffer from authoritarian regimes, here it's been attacked by those three enemies, and you should protect it. You should protect it. This is your mission. This is your mission. If you abandon your academic freedom, that means that you abandon the freedom of society. The academic freedom is something is essential in the democracy itself. Essential in the democracy itself. So what can you do? What can we do? All of us, students, professors, faculty, everyone who care about democracy and human rights, about the research right, academic right, and students' rights. First, you should be proud of yourself. It is very important. You should be proud of yourself. Don't let anyone to belittle your knowledge or your effort. Every day, every hour, every minute you spent it in reading, in studying, it's very important. It's a very successful in the humanity growth. Don't let them to underestimate you, because they underestimate you every day in their speeches. And now students, professors, they hide themselves in front of any influencer. What is that? You are the carrier of knowledge and science. You have to be so proud. So proud. Don't give them this space. Be you have belittle. You have to underestimate their speech. Second, it's very important to modernize the university and its curriculum. It's very important. Now we are at the age of sur'ah, of speed. You have to move faster than those greedy companies, than those who want to turn your country to the authoritarian country. So you have to renew your curriculum, you have to renew your tools, and you have to make the I don't know how can I say it in English, but it's very important that the technology to follow the university, not the opposite. Not the opposite. Third important thing is that always remember why they afraid from you. Because you carry the knowledge and you made it with conscience. You link between knowledge and people. So keep the ethics. Keep the ethics. Knowledge. Always don't abandon that important thing. Always teach your students to be brave, to fight for justice, to fight for human rights, to don't collaborate on bullying, to don't support dictatorism. Teach them the ethics of AI, of all other science. So this is very important. So if knowledge came just something without ethics, it will be the same thing that they made the greedy companies that they made it, deal with it as a product. And also, you have to lead your researches. and universities in an integrity way. That means, and here I will say, tell you about just something as an example. When you make researches about countries that suffer from conflict, you have to be honest and you have to be very clever. When you talk about Arab Spring, you have to talk about it in a very real way. You have to convey the truth that it is a great revolution against dictators that didn't die and will not die. People still in Arab Spring countries, still in the battle against authoritarian regime, still in the battle of this great value. They didn't fed up, they didn't give up. And some researchers attacking the Arab Spring and saying that it fell, it died, and it's hijacked by terrorism. This is not true. Not true. People still are fighting for democracy, for freedom, for dignity, and for rule of law. And we are just now in the 15 years in this great battle, and people in these countries could topple 8 dictators just in 18 years. And they are facing now an angry counter-revolution. So this is just an example. When you convey, when you write, you have to be curious to know the reality and the truth. And if we talk about terrorism, it's very important to search, for example, about the link between terrorism and dictatorism. That every dictator is a terrorist and every terrorist is a dictator. And how ISIS suddenly came. And how ISIS was a result of supporting from some authoritarian regimes. And there is another reasons we can discuss it in another lecture about terrorism and etc. But one of the most important thing, the link between terrorism and dictatorship. This is what I'm giving you as example, how you as a professors and students as researcher, when you do your work, you have to work it with ethics, to research deeply on the Sudan. And here, I'm calling you, especially the professors, the faculty, the leader of universities, depend on academic right. Depend on it. Don't accept any kind of taking your independence. Don't accept any kind of planting authority agencies in your universities, whether from regime, whether from sponsors, or whether from lobbyists. Independency of the university is very important for freedom of academy and for the freedom of the society. And protect your students. Protect them when they dare to question. Don't allow the soldiers enter to your universities to attack them or to arrest them. This is shame. It's shame. I'm telling you this from my experience as a woman who really, really suffered from dictatorial regime. If you abandon your freedom in your universities, you will cry a lot. You are brave. pave the road in front of dictatorship. And American people and your country deserve a lot of struggle from you, a lot of peaceful fight from you. Last thing, for my great hero students, also depend on your universities. You are in a very great battle. Depend on your universities. Depend on expression rights. Don't give up. And don't be frustrated from any kind of complicity, of betrayal, of anything. Don't lose hope. This country needs you. We need America. We need this country. We need you, the American university to continue its strength. That was the idea of American universities. That was the idea of you, of America. Yes, it has a very bad history with indigenous people, but there was a promise that this country will protect freedom, human rights, that this country will protect freedom everywhere. It's very important for you as American students. This country deserves from you to defend on its democracy. So don't give up. Don't give up. And I am so proud. I'm so proud that I see a lot of young people are in the front line of this battle for defending on democracy in America, in Europe, and in everywhere, especially the Gen Z. So I'm so proud of you, and keep your work, keep believing in yourself, and don't give up. Dream big to save your country and to save the world. Before I was coming to universities, talking about what is happening in our countries, convincing people about what is happening and our dream for democracy and for human rights and for rule of law, etc., etc. But now I'm coming here to the US and to tell you that your battle is our battle. And your victory is our victory. We are in the same path to free the world from dictatorship, from corruption, from greedy companies, from hatred, from division. We have to be one hand, and we will be able to do that together. We will be able to do that together. Last thing, don't accept anyone who divides you. This is my advice. This is the tool of dictators, the tool of outsiders who doesn't want this country to be in a good situation. They wage wars in our countries because they divided us to Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Durzi, to Sunni, Shi'i, Alawi, etc., etc. While we are one nation, one democracy, and one rule of law in our countries. And this is you. Don't accept dividing you. You are one nation. You should lead this country, to lead the world toward the human rights, to justice, to equality, to rule of law, and the world without pollution and destruction of our earth. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Thank you.